Today, alive with ferocious activity, the junior author, in a desperate attempt to fend off the animal, tried kicking through the canvas floor of the boat, but the crocodile promptly seized his foot in its jaws. After a brief struggle, the author managed to free his foot by delivering some desperate kicks, only for the crocodile to resurface and begin advancing over the side of the still intact stern half of the boat. At this close range, we could see the full terrifying size of the creature. The crocodile's muzzle was broader than those of crocodiles, measuring 4.5 meters in length. Its pale grey and green coloration stood out vividly, and the pupils of its eyes were narrowed to thin slits, betraying its aggressive intent. We estimated that it was half a meter from the eyes to the tip of the snout and something over a meter broad across the back. Crocodiles of such immense size are occasionally captured by professional hunters in other lakes, but in places like Chishi, where hunting is prohibited, they are likely more common. Without any weapons at our disposal, we resorted to using a hollow aluminum can, aiming blows at the crocodile's eyes. However, the great thrashing activity of the crocodile caused him to miss, and the blows landed on the snout. And this has little or no effect on the beast, and by this time our dinghy was just a little more than a limp rag floating in the water, with only the stern compartment still holding some air. Realizing that the boat was beyond saving, we made the difficult decision to abandon it and took to the water, swimming for the shore as fast as we could. We were fearing that the crocodile might pursue us, but as we moved further from the boat, it became apparent that we were not in immediate danger of being eaten. It was not following us. We slowed our pace through the rough water, and swimming was quite difficult. We soon lost sight of both the crocodile and the boat. However, as long as we could still see them, the crocodile continued to thrash the remains of the dinghy in its jaws. We spent the next 2 hours in the water, from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m., without further sign of any crocodile or any other crocodiles. Eventually, we reached the shore, but we were unharmed. Later, we learned of two similar other incidents involving crocodiles attacking motor-driven boats in that marsh, where such boats are rarely used. In one instance, Mr. Peter Jackson of the Joint African Fisheries Research Organization was traveling along the shore of the Lake Meru when a large crocodile charged off the bank, plunged into the water, and pursued his boat, swimming on the surface with its jaws open. Fortunately, the crocodile had stopped before reaching the boat, which was a rather frail wooden vessel. Several other crocodiles repeated this behavior throughout that afternoon. These encounters suggest that crocodiles may be irritated or provoked by outboard motors, especially in remote lakes where they are not accustomed to such boats. And from our experience and that of Mr. Jackson's, it seems that either the sound of the motor or the sight of the cavitating propeller may have stimulated these animals to attack. The water in both Lake Chishi and Lake Meru is extremely opaque, suggesting that the sound above might be enough to provoke such behavior. I'll stop here. Hope you enjoyed this story. Bye bye.